This is Jace LeJeune from Gridiron Football, and like we do with our Gridiron Football Player of the Weeks each and every week, we interview the coach and we interview the player that won our Gridiron Football Player of the Week. And today I'm fortunate to talk with Coach Destin Dieterich from Oakdale High School, and along with his player, Deekota Johnson, who is our Gridiron Football Player of the Week for Week 10, the regular season finale. Congratulations, Coach, and congratulations, Dakota. First, Dakota, I'm going to get with you, man. Talk about that performance. I mean, I can go off the stats. You were 2 for 5 for 45 yards and a touchdown pass, but you also ran for 5 touchdowns and 367 yards rushing, a 6 touchdown performance. I know you also had 2 2-point conversions, so you did a little bit of everything that night, Dakota. So talk about what that night and how much it was a great night for you.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all for having me on here. We took a bad loss the week before, coming off a loss, and it was my senior night, and I just wanted to go out with a bang and try to leave something behind. I knew they had a lot of kids in there that watching that looks up to me, and I just wanted to put on for the Warriors and put on for everybody that was watching.
Yeah, you certainly did, and it actually came because I know y'all got a chance to see Andy walk in before the CEO of Gridiron Football. He's actually a alum of Rose Pond, so he did against his Eagles. So that was pretty good. But Coach, going back to you.
Tell him I'm going to send the highlights to him.
Yes, sir. I will absolutely tell him that for sure. But yeah, Coach, you're on the sidelines. Obviously, you pretty much constructed and called a lot of plays. Obviously, you and the coaching staff for Dakota to have the game that he was able to have. Just talk about his performance and where did you rank that as far as individual performances that you've seen?
Well, it was the best one that night for sure. I'll tell you that. He's gotten better each and every game. We all, coaches, staffs, players, we all still making mistakes, obviously, that we want to try to eliminate. But I don't know if you're at that point. But he definitely had a really good night. His reads were pure, and he's seeing the field a whole lot better. And I think he's understanding the system with each and every week. And it was definitely on display Friday night.
Yeah, and now obviously your focus is on the playoffs, and that's why this is not going to be a long phone call conversation because y'all got a game tonight against East Beauregard. So 7-3 in the regular season, Coach. Just kind of give me just a brief synopsis of how the regular season was for y'all, and just heading to the playoff game against East Beau.
Well, we had a similar record last year. We probably where I thought we'd be a few years ago. Looking forward to an opportunity to improve every week is what we're trying to do. And we're hoping this is another week and we live on to have one more and one more and one more and keep going until where we want to be.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's just really, really the part of it too. It's just to get to be where y'all want to be. And Dakota, just going back to your performance too, just how much of that is really a confidence booster for you, knowing that you had that type of performance that you had at the end of the regular season, especially with playoffs coming up?
Just through the year, I've been having up and down performances all year. I wasn't always consistent with my reads, but last week it felt like I was consistent and made the right reads every time and put my team in a very good spot to succeed as we run a little triple option, so I can always just pitch it out. And I felt like I just read good, and I just got to keep the ball, and I turned on the wheels.
You showed them wheels off, man, and actually, unfortunately, we played the wrong highlights yesterday, but it was a really good player for y'all last year. He was actually on Player of the Week a lot in Cedric Allison. And so what were some things that you learned from Cedric that's really helped you? Because I know he was really a bell cow for y'all last year. So What are some things you took away from him to kind of be that guy for this offense this year?
I learned from saying it ain't never about your size. I'm not the biggest, or probably not the fastest or the strongest. I just learned from saying it ain't all about your size. It's how you go out there and work every day and have that mindset of nobody can stop you on the field. And that's what I feel like I played just like that as he would have if he was in this situation.
Yeah, and it clearly showed, obviously. And you've had 6 touchdowns. You had 2 2-point conversions. Any play from Friday night that stood out to you the most? Was there any particular run or any particular play that stood out the most to you that night?
Probably one of my runs that didn't break out big whenever we ran the triple option, and I made the wrong read, and I went back the other way and got a first down. That was probably a big play to me.
Yeah, for sure, man. I know you've been on this list a couple of times this year. I know Coach Dieterich's done a great job of promoting you, and I know you've been on this list a couple of times. So it was great to finally have you at number one. We had the show last night, and really it was great seeing the Oakdale community really stand behind you. Like last couple weeks, we start opening to the people to decide who the player of the week is. We narrowed down our options. You're definitely one of our options, but let the people decide. And you've gotten Deekota 13,120 votes went to you. So what does that say about the community and the people in your community at Oakdale that support you and vote for you? What does that really say? Give a shout out to them.
Oakdale, we have probably one of the best communities. Everybody always come together. We don't always see eye to eye, but everybody at the end of the day always comes together. Everybody knows each other as we're a small town, but it shows a lot of love around here. You always see warrior pride everywhere. Everywhere you go, it's just everybody loves each other around here.
Yeah, you love to see it for sure, Coach. What's your reaction to just the community really stand behind them? And there were 9 other teams and communities that have a lot of backing and like a lot of big time programs. We actually had some school. We had a school in Texas in there, a school in Mississippi, and for Oakdale High School, the Oakdale community to go above and beyond to have the most votes this week.
Well, as you keep calling him Deekota, and people may not know who you're talking about when you say that. He's DJ around here, but anyway.
Yeah.
He hit on it first. We're a very diverse community, there's no doubt, and we have different, sections and areas and factions. But one thing that does unite this community, there's no doubt, is Oakdale Warrior athletics, and it's not just football. Though football, pun intended, they do kick off the season and kick off the athletic and kick off the school year, and from there it just builds, through all of our athletics as evident of what we've accomplished these last couple of years. But it definitely unites this community. One thing that is for sure is they love their Oakdale Warrior athletics here in this little small community.
Oh, no doubt about that. And I'm definitely going to be rephrasing it, DJ. So I'm definitely going to be calling DJ instead of Deekota. So I like that. So, yeah, DJ. So tell me a little bit about just the next step ahead. I know you're a senior coming up. What's been kind of the recruiting process been like for you? And have you started to think? I know you still got your senior season. You're still obviously trying to go to the Dome. I mean, that's the biggest goal. But what's like the next step for you? Have any schools showing any interest, or what's kind of the recruiting process been for you?
I ain't really been getting recruited as much in football as my coach feel like I should. I need to show love to all sports, as I want to go to college to play baseball.
Okay.
And that's what I love. And he gets on me every day talking about, I don't know, keep putting that in your head, but you got a chance to do whatever sport you want to do. And every day I just tell him baseball.
Okay. So what position you play baseball?
Baseball, I played shortstop.
Okay. Yeah. So you must be pretty good if you're playing shortstop. That's all I gotta say. You're playing that position.
He's selling himself short a little bit. It's two-way baseball, and if they need a pitcher, he's doing that. And if they need a third baseman, he's doing that. I mean, he's primarily the infield guy, but wherever we need him, whoever's down, that's where he's going to step up. And he's very similar on the basketball court too. And
Yeah, just the man, right? I mean, you play quarterback, you pretty much command the offense. Baseball, you're the guy. Basketball, it just shows you how special of an athlete he is. Playing three sports like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's got a good head on his shoulders. He does well academically. He's a joy to be around. And we're glad he's on this team, and he probably would be getting recruited a little bit more. I mean, like you said, his size is probably a factor that everybody looks at. They want to see what he is on the hoof, and you got to have certain those measurables in order for them to look at you a lot in the football world and the basketball world. A lot of those things, but he didn't play his first 2 years of football, so his learning curve. He's been behind a little bit in that, but he's definitely made some great strides in these last couple seasons.
And for DJ, just obviously you're leaning towards baseball, but obviously football. There's some opportunities there. What's your message to college coaches that are looking for a player like you with your skill set? What's your message to them? Why should they recruit you? What stands out most about you?
I feel like that they don't have to look at me as a player that can just play one spot on the field. I can go in anywhere they need somebody, and I can just jump in, have an impact, and I bring a lot of enjoyment to a team.
Yeah, absolutely, Coach. Any final thoughts before we wrap up on DJ and what kind of kid he is, what kind of player that no matter if it's baseball, football, whatever it is, that program is going to be getting?
Yeah, well, I think that any coach or any community member, anybody who comes over here, they're gonna see his academics, and they're improving every day. ACTs, he's constantly working on that. You put on that highlight film right there, and it doesn't matter if you're watching the basketball or you're watching baseball or you're watching football. You're going to see the athleticism that he does possess, and then along with the academics, he's a good kid. He's great to be around. He just mentioned when he walked into, I happen to be the disciplinarian here at school also, and he said, I think this is the first time I've been in your office. And I said, that's a good thing. So that just tells you right there, he's just well-rounded. And he has a lot of support from his teammates, from his coaches, from his teachers, obviously from the community and his family. So I definitely think a few more like him. He does bring a joy to the football team. Sometimes a little bit too much joy to the football team in certain instances and situations. He's got a funny bone, and it's on display a lot for sure.
Absolutely, Coach. I appreciate you as well, Coach Dieterich. You've always done a lot for me, so I really appreciate you, Coach, for helping me out there. And also, congratulations to DJ Johnson, Deekota. No matter what you call him, he's an athlete and he's a baller. That's for certain. And good luck to y'all as well tonight against East Beauregard. And hopefully, we want to see the Oakdale Warriors take a deep playoff push and possibly even the Superdome at the end of the year.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
Jace. Appreciate it, brother.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Oakdale 2024 quarterback DJ Johnson, or Gridiron Football Week 10 Player of the Week with 13,120 votes. Shout out to the Oakdale Warriors Nation here at Gridiron Football.